The story began over 2 years ago when we were expecting a new baby, and we decided that we needed some more space in the house, and so it seemed like a good idea to get our loft converted to get some more space for an extra bedroom. So we looked around, went through the yellow pages, picked out some loft companies that looked like that they were quite a good size, and we got them round to talk to and to get some quotes. And we picked a company who seemed very professional. Their price was about average.
It was fine until the point at which they finished, and in fact we got a letter from the local council telling us that we hadn't applied for the correct planning permission, which we thought was a mistake. Well, immediately we knew it was a mistake because the loft company had assured us, and in fact we had it in writing, it was part of the contract, that they would liaise for all planning permission and building regulations with the local authority. But after speaking to them a number of times, we realised that in fact we were in the wrong and the loft company had failed to do this, and we had no appropriate planning permission, and in fact there was a risk that we were going to have to pull the loft down and start again.
Well, we had to go to the lawyers and start the legal process, but it turned out that despite having a 10-year guarantee, they had re-registered, and although they were still operating in the local area, doing a lot of lofts for people with the same brand name and the same directors, because the company had been closed and re-registered under a slightly different name, we had no comeback, and we had absolutely no way of getting our money back, and they refused to do the work for us. We didn't know where to start, so but we knew that we had to be extremely rigorous in getting a company that we really could trust. So we spoke to as many friends as we could and people living locally to find out who had had a very positive experience, and then we approached some of those companies. We spoke to the managers, we followed up every reference, we spoke to people who they'd done work for, we checked out with the local authority whether they felt good about them as well, and the company that we eventually selected was A1 Lofts.
Yeah, we spoke to the Federation of Master Builders, and they actually registered with them, so that gave us quite a lot of, well, a great deal of confidence. And as soon as they started the work, the difference between this loft company, A1 Lofts, and the company we used before was glaringly obvious. The level of professionalism and customer care was just 100% better. They elected a project manager who kept us informed of every step of the proceedings, spoke to the council, had people coming around from the council at every move during the building, and just basically gave us an awful lot of confidence. The team of workmen that they arranged to come round were absolutely professional, polite, friendly. The standard of work was far superior. They worked very quickly, they were clean, and what was actually quite shocking was when they had to take down the previous job, they found mistakes. There were things that contravened the fire regulations, there were holes in brickwork, they had installed the wrong size of steel at the point of the dormer window. The safety issues were enormous, and they were only found because we had to take the work down, and the new company they themselves were horrified.
When A1 Lofts went through, they found these problems and pointed them out, and they took the council through them as well, because they were thought it was important that the council saw the shoddy nature of the work which was being done by one of the major suppliers locally. But they finished the work. The council signed it off straight away, no problems at all. It wasn't, in all honesty, a terribly difficult job. It was a straightforward job. It should have been straightforward first time as well, but what we were not aware of was the potential pitfalls that there can be even in what seems to be a fairly regular occurrence. I mean, there's so many lofts done around this area. You would have thought that it was a safe choice to make, but there are definitely dangers in choosing the wrong company, or choosing people that don't really know what they're doing. They were quite smart in some of the touches that they've done in terms of getting the extra space out. So yes, it's quite a lot bigger. It makes a big difference in the bathroom in particular. It's turned it from a very small shower into a decent sized bathroom. So it's
the overall finish is much better. But I suppose because I was at home during the building work all of the time, what was very important to me was the fact that the team were extremely professional. There was always somebody available on the end of the phone. Their customer care is second to none, and that's extremely important because we don't have any experience of building, and I had felt very, very let down by the previous group, and I was extremely nervous about having another group of people work on the house, and they reassured us every step of the way about the decisions we were making and explained why they had to be made and the benefits of making decisions about flooring, lighting, fixtures and fittings and things like that. And the difference between the two groups couldn't be greater.